Hi friends, and welcome back to Gardening Suburbia. My name is Amanda. I'm a gardener slash homesteader here in Cincinnati, Ohio, Zone 6. And I needed to pop in on here and just kind of checking in on you guys. And you guys know that I've been super busy. So these past 2 weeks, I have had markets, one after the other. You guys had known about the West Side Market, and then I did a little pop-up with my friend with the Growmunity, which is just basically like a female entrepreneur group focused on helping entrepreneurs in the community just kind of grow and gather a community of other like-minded individuals and just kind of make a community out of it. And so she was gracious enough to let me go ahead and sell my sourdough products at her booth that she had secured a spot for. So I went ahead and I baked up a couple of different loaves of bread, some English muffins because I was using her honey, and bagels. And I sold out, and I'm so excited that I sold out. It's another market of selling out goods, and it just feels so good. Okay, it wasn't a complete sellout. I took home 2 bags of bagels and a loaf of bread, and I ended up giving 2 bags of bagels to her mom because she loves the bagels. And I was going to sell the other loaf to a friend, but instead I went ahead and I whipped up a fresh loaf of bread for her, so she could have fresh bread. But anyway, it has been a crazy week. My boyfriend and I have been trying to be more active, as in going to the gym and actually like getting some physical activity in, so that we're not just being couch potatoes in our free time, which my hair's wet because I took a shower. I was nasty. I get beet red whenever I work out, so I had to wash off the beet red. But I wanted to come out to the garden and just kind of check in on some things with you guys. The garden has been super dry except for today. So Ohio has had the longest drought for a growing season this past like month and a half. I'm gonna actually look how many days that is. Yes, so this drought has been the longest drought since like 1988 in Ohio, at least, for a ongoing growing season. So that doesn't include like the winter or the fall. I guess just the winter. I don't know about the fall or the spring. Just typical growing seasons. So it's been over 150 days that we had no rain. And so you could tell who was watering their front lawns because their lawns would be the only green lawn in the entire neighborhood. I'm not one of those people. I did water my garden, although I could tell you that there are many things in my garden that are just crunchy, super crunchy. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys a few things. It is very pretty outside right now because we had a downpour. So if we come over to my seed starting trays, so there are failures and there are successes. And as you can see, I have some lettuces that are good, but this entire, like all of these are dead. You know, got just a handful of seedlings in here, and that's okay. But look how much stinking rain. This is like 2 inches. Now, obviously it overflowed, so we could have gotten way more than 2 inches of water just today. After having 0 rain for so long, everything is just looking a little bit happier today than it has been. So I'd shown you guys previously the little mini sunflowers in this Greenstalk, and they're just starting to open. Look how cute. They're little teddy bear sunflowers. Now, mind you, they probably weren't meant to be this short and squatty, but I think that the lack of nutrients that I haven't really fertilized this quite as much as I should have. But that may be why they're kind of short and squatty. But we've got some little lettuces in here. We've got some kale over here. strawberries, which these will be done fairly soon because with the cold, the strawberries will die back. But look at these pretty little nasturtiums. Aren't those really cute? So these guys came back, which I am all for some little pops of flowers in the garden. So many of my zinnias just look distraught. They're covered in powdery mildew. They're crispy. That's okay. There are a few that are still kind of happy. I'm not picking zinnias anymore for bringing in for fresh cut flowers. They're just staying in the garden for a pop of color. And I just noticed, it's not a full flower. That's a dahlia. That is the Bishop's Children mix. Yeah. This one I got from a greenhouse. And I'm hoping to go ahead and actually save the tubers from it this year, like we've done in years past. I'll go ahead and pop a video or a link to how to save your dahlia tubers in the corner. But I just thought this had such pretty foliage. This is so different from any of the other dahlias that I currently have. Most of my dahlias have like a lighter green foliage, while this one is darker. But it has pretty cute little single petaled dahlias. As for the brassicas that we planted out together, all of the brassicas in this bed look fairly okay, besides some pest damage, but I think those guys are going to bounce back, especially once it starts to cool off and the bugs start to, you know, die back with other things. But they're looking pretty good. These ones are looking much better than the other ones I'm about to show you guys. So pretty happy with this. I need to come out and grab peppers. There are tons and tons of ripe peppers on some of my plants. Not all of my plants. Some of my pepper plants did not fare too well this year. So as for the crunchies, put my water down. Oh, my dad made me another cup with my logo on it, and it's a water cup. I got this for like $10 at like not TJ Maxx, Michael's, the hobby store, Michael's. So I thought that was super cool. $10, and my dad put my logo on it. I thought that was so cool. Okay, anyway, crunchies. This is my blueberry plant. This is how dry it had been. This thing is crispy. Hopefully it'll just, think it's winter and it'll come back next season. But that looks crazy. So we will need to come out fairly soon and do loofahs. Looks like the squirrels are eating the young ones, which you actually can eat the smaller ones. But I've never done that. Don't know how good they taste. I just know once they get big, obviously they get really crunchy and hard. So we have a few that are ready. And some that are getting close. So like this guy and this guy are starting to turn color. And then this one can kind of hear how light it sounds. And the skin is really starting to crisp on it. So I think these two I could go ahead and bring inside and start working on. I just haven't yet because I want to make a good video on it. Not today, but I want to make it a good video on how to process these, because I want to use these as kitchen sponges. And I also think it'd be kind of cool to make soaps out of them. I've never made soap, but why not try? Because that's what I do all of the hobbies. So along with crispy plants and projects that need to be done, peppers that need to be picked, and markets and all of the sourdough goods and all of the other stuff, today we got in our package of garlic, which should be the last video that I posted, was ordering garlic from another local farm. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly encourage you to go check it out. I'd really appreciate it. But we went ahead and we ordered some garlic from a local family farm. They were super ecstatic to hear that I had ordered from them, and I'm super excited to try them out. I'm trying a completely new set of varieties of garlic this season that I have not grown in years past. So I'm hoping for some better outcomes. I'm thinking, because I didn't really plan too well, I think I'm going to just plant my garlic in this brick bed once again. Just because my original plan was to actually put it in the concrete bed right up there, but I planted some snow peas and some kales and some other lettuces in that bed, and those are by far doing way better than the ones I had started in the seed trays, because we had that drought. So I tried my best to keep everything alive. Doesn't always happen that way. Every year's different. That's okay. As for our late night sowing that we did, I have just a few lettuces, some little spinaches, and some kales. The squirrels dug up this entire area because I had a bunch of mushrooms that just started growing, and I think the squirrels just found them extra tasty or something. So we had a bunch of mushrooms, which mushrooms in the garden just mean that your garden soil has a abundance of microbes and life, and I'm totally fine with the mushrooms. So mushrooms brought in the squirrels, which meant that they went ahead and they dug up a bunch of stuff. But we have just a few little leafy greens in there. Honest to God, my hope is to make a cold frame for this winter. I have the windows, I have the brackets, I have the hinges. I just need to take the time to actually build it. I think I'm just gonna wing it. I love building things. I actually built this raised bed here that is on an incline, and I think I did a pretty good job. All I had was a handsaw and a power drill, and I made it. So, I'm gonna try my hand at making a cold frame, window cold frame, and see how that goes. I think it'll turn out fine. I grew up with my grandfather and my dad, who both are highly inclined at building and making drawings to go ahead and make a concept to then go ahead and build. So I think I can handle it. So I think I will try to make that window cold frame on this bed with materials that I have. So I have windows that I had gotten from an old property that I had lived at that were getting tossed. They were going to be tossed. I took all of them. Every single window. They're just single pane windows, and they are older. So it's like the windows were original to the house that was about 100 years old. So they're not great windows. They're not like the newer plastic windows that we have. Not really plastic. I don't know what material the new windows are made out of. But they're not made out of wood. These ones are made out of wood. And then I have some pallets that I've picked up along my journeys of finding them on the road. So I'm just going to use found materials. I did buy brackets, or L brackets, and the hinges, so that I can go ahead and actually make it more usable. I'm going to do this again without a power saw. Just going to be a handsaw. And mind you, it is an old handsaw, but we're going to make it work. I could actually, I guess, ask my father to use some power tools, but he lives kind of far away. So that was a lot. Oh, one last thing before I get off here. So we went ahead and we put up this greenhouse. This was a $20 yard sale find, which I'm super excited about. I think you can get these on Amazon for like $60 or something. My boyfriend's stepmom and dad bought me these cool little raised beds. I'll show you guys. I don't know what they are. They're kind of like raised beds, but not really. They're collapsible and they fold up. But as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, those are gonna be perfect for the greenhouse. Let's get this guy open. So they're little modular garden planters, but basically they fold up, and I thought that was so cool. So I figured I could fill these guys up and just put them on either side. Got 2 of them. If I can open it one-handed. There it is. So just one on each side on the floor. I thought that was perfect. So I can have something on the ground growing as well as anything on the shelves. I tried drying peppers in here. This was a fail. Don't do this. It was way too hot and humid in this to be trying to dry. Typically you would just hang them by a string in the window, like in your house, and they would dry perfectly. Not in a greenhouse like this. This had way too much moisture, and those are moldy. So don't follow me in that aspect. All right, friends. So the sun is setting. I know this wasn't quite like a how-to or anything in particular, but more of like a catch-up with me. I hope you guys are having a beautiful week. I hope that you guys got some rain. If you needed it. If you didn't need it, I hope you didn't. But I just wanted to say how thankful I am for you guys being here along my journey of just creating content on YouTube. Because everyone's journey is different, and I am uniquely me. So just want to say thank you guys for joining me. I'll go ahead and pop a video up here for you guys to enjoy until my next upload. But until then, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Say goodbye, crunchy garden.